This example comes out of section 8.3, Laws of Logs. In this kind of example, we're asked to use the laws of logs to evaluate, in other words, to find the answer, and the answer is just a number. So not so much a direct diploma exam question likely, because you really can crunch these numbers on your calculator if you really had to, but more a question to drive home how useful these laws of logs can be, and for us to just practice them a little bit. So here I've got log base 4 of 2 plus log base 4 of 128 minus, in brackets, log base 4 of half plus log base 4 of 8. Each of those logs is, you are able to evaluate them individually with a calculator or without, if you know your powers really well. But if we combine these using our laws, I can say that these first two, because they're added, should be 2 times 128 within that log. The bases are common. And even do the same thing within the brackets, say, well, that would be log base 4 of a half times 8. So what do I have then? I've got log base 4 of 256 minus log base 4 of 4. Now, you might know each of those separately, or if you even combine them further, you say log base 4 of 256 over 4 is log base 4 of 64. And you say, oh, wait a second, 64 is just 4 cubed, so the answer to this is actually just 3. So as much as each of those logs at the top might have given us an ugly decimal answer, or even fractions or whatever, the answer to this thing is 3. Second one, similar kind of design, we've got log base 5 of 25 times the square root of 5. Now this time, instead of trying to put things together, let's try pulling this one apart. If I say this is log base 5 of 25 plus log base 5 of root 5, which is 5 to the 1/2, I could say, well, first one gives me 2, the second one gives me a half, and the answer to this is just 2.5 or 2.5. And so again, as much as it looked excessively complicated at first, it's actually a fairly simple answer. The third and last one of these I want to do is, I've got 2 times log base 3 of 6 minus a half times log base 3 of 64 plus log base 3 of 2. Now these ones individually, again, are really ugly answers. You can do it using your change of base, or if you have a powerful calculator, figure out each of these decimal answers and just carefully subtract and add. But if I use my rules, this first one I can write as log base 3 of 36, because that's 6 to the power of 2, 66.2. The next one, log base 3 of 8, because 64 to the 1/2 is the square root of 64, which is 8. And finally, the last one, nothing happened to it, just, log base 3 of 2. But now that they're all log base 3 and they're all inside the logs, I can say this is log base 3 of 36 times 2 over 8. Positive ones go on top, negative ones go on the bottom. The log base 3 of 72 over 8 is 9. And the answer to this, as much as we might have had some bad decimals to begin with, the final answer is actually just a nice number like 2.